almost out of there.
Don't think.
I'm gonna need more time.
Don't think.
Hi,
Hey,
Jeffrey.
how are you? Do I call you Max or Maximilian? What do you prefer?
Max is all right.
All right.
Thank
Hi, Max. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
I had to give you a little ambiance here like we're underwater, so I hope you like it.
Yeah, amazing. That's great.
Man, I enjoyed the film immensely. What a great thriller. So congratulations. But The Dive at its heart, it's really a story about two sisters that have a troubled past, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. That's the emotional core of it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And a disaster, nothing like a disaster to bring people closer together. And was it important to find those two actors that would have that dynamic?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is. I mean, for me, like a thriller like this is all about, getting the audience attached to the characters as soon as possible, and to, what is all the action worth if you're not, rooting for them and with them. And of course, my main goal was to find actresses who are really clicking with each other, and yeah. I mean, in a genre film like this, the exposition is very short, so I knew I wanted to get going very, very fast. And yeah, so you have this exposition, which is a balance act. Yeah, no, you want to paint the characters fast, but not too much, that it's too much on the nose. So in a subtle way that people are like curious about them and think, okay, I want to know more. There's something weird about their relationship. And of course, it is the whole film, like a disaster movie like this, as you said, is in its core like a film about their relationship and to kind of overcome their family trauma in a way. Yeah,
because you don't waste any time. The movie gets going in about 15 minutes.
Right.
No sharks, no creatures. It's not that kind of movie whatsoever. And I found that really refreshing, because we've seen enough of those, but what was the challenges, shooting underwater?
Oh man, I don't know where to start. I mean, I always say, I mean, for me, shooting a film is difficult enough, but shooting underwater is like crazy. And everybody told me, you shouldn't do this. Every film that is like involved with water or underwater is like set up for disaster. All the big disasters, like, I mean, disaster like spending millions on nothing is like, yeah, it's with water. It's really, really challenging because it's like in nature, you can't force it. If you're shooting in the ocean, you're really depending on the weather a lot, on the currents, on everything. And it's also, it's a big safety issue, obviously, because diving is dangerous. And so we had a lot of safety divers underwater, and the communication is a real challenge because you can't, after a take, you can't just go to the actors and say, okay, let's do this, like, it's not possible. So it's like, and you have a very, very limited shooting time. I mean, it's like 45 minutes the most if you are not too deep. If you're deeper, it's even less. And you have to get everything in that 45 minutes. I mean, it's quite something. It's not like you're doing a take and you're doing, you set up another scene. It's like 45 minutes of full pressure, and there's no lighting and no, put the camera there, put the camera there, put the camera there, and like do it, and then.
And all your actors went to diving school? They're all certified?
Well, they didn't do any diving before. We were first looking for actresses who could actually scuba dive, but there are too few. It wasn't possible to find any. And then we were looking for actresses who were crazy enough to do this, because it's of course, there's some German production company with some unknown German director comes and say, hey, I want to do a movie underwater, but you actually have to go underwater. So yeah, we found Louisa and Sophie, and I'm so lucky to get them, because they learned diving from scratch. And they had to be really good when we started shooting, because obviously, if you act panic and if you act the terror, it's very close to the real emotion. It's very close to like really panic underwater, and this is obviously dangerous. So we had to make sure that it's not happening. So we had to train them a lot, and they became really, really good. What they do underwater, all this getting the mask off and on again, it's all real. And yeah.
I'm saying the drama takes place underwater, but also on shore. You also shot in Maltese, so you have this beautiful background where a disaster is happening, right? It's kind of a dichotomy there. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like this thing that the ambition to make the film comes from my love of diving and love for the ocean, and I wanted to make show the beauty also. I mean, diving is beautiful, diving is awesome, and I always I have kind of a bad consciousness now that I made like a movie that scares people from diving. I don't want to do this. It's just but it's also about the beauty, right? It's one of the characters, May, kind of her story or her emotional arc is also, she kind of lost the love for diving, lost the love for the ocean, and she has to, in her inner journey, has to find it again, facing death, so to say. And yeah, so I wanted to make it
a very layered film. Yeah, it's a very layered film. Yeah, that's what I appreciate about it. And then finally today, you premiered this at the Munich Film Festival. What was it like as a director to see this with an audience and feel, the tension and feel like I mean, I felt like I was underwater half the time. I was just like, I felt like I was in the depths with her.
Yeah, no, of course, that was great. I mean, to watch it in a packed cinema, in a big cinema with all the sound and all the people, it's always like super exciting. Actually, it's for me, I'm a little bit anxious also about it. It's not the best time of my life, like a premiere like this. I'm so nervous, but no, that was great. And of course, when you feel that the people are really immersed in the cinematic experience, well, that's the best.
Absolutely. And this is your first English language film, so I hope you're going to do some more, because I'm looking forward to seeing your next film. But in the meantime, The Dive, hitting theaters August 25th. And thank you so much, Max, man. What a great job. And you caught me off guard with a great thriller. So congratulations.
Thank you very much, Effie. Thank you.